Hi, I'm Natalie Walker, and this is Insight to See, and we are here today with the one, the only, Trent Shelton, founder of Rehab, renewing every heart and body.
Yes, glad to be here, Nelly. Thanks for having me on your show, giving me an opportunity to, hopefully inspire somebody and just the platform. So I really appreciate that.
That's what we're here for, and I'm so glad. I feel honored that you're here. It's a big honor. I'm going to skip to something kind of fun.
Okay.
My first question that I ask all my guests, I don't know if you know Ally McBeal. Have you ever heard of that show? Well, I'm going to explain it because I'm sure a lot of people don't. Ally McBeal is a show where it was an attorney, and she was cuckoo. But it was a really funny show. And her psychiatrist told her that she needed to come up with a theme song that she would have that would always inspire her. Okay. And do you have a song that you think of, like before you speak, that you know?
Oh, that's hard. I got a couple of songs,
yeah,
but
me too.
I really listen to instrumentals. Like I'm very, I wouldn't say classical, but a lot of piano, inspirational type of instrumentals. So really, no words really, just like instrumentals that I always listen to when I speak. You probably maybe heard them on the videos a little bit. I'm a very instrumental person. So that's tough though with songs.
Do you?
With rehab music, honestly, it's not a plug I'm trying to promote, but I have an artist named D-Flow. We do rehab music, and I listen to a lot of his music before I go on because his music directly relates to RehabTime, honestly.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, was he a part of your organization first, or did you find him?
He was a part before. Before I started my change, I guess you can say that before I started RehabTime, we did music together, but more of rap and things like that. So he finally found his purpose, and he's a true talent. Like he can really connect with people.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of that, would you please tell our audience where you came from, where this all came about? I mean, right. I know, but you could tell our audience.
I'll try to be brief with it. I was an NFL football player for the Washington Redskins. I played at Baylor University, but my NFL career was very up and down. A lot of people don't see that side of it. They just see what you see on TV on Sundays, but it's very much a business. And I don't talk down on it, nothing like that, but just for me, when I got there, honestly, I wasn't using that platform the right way. I was partying, doing all those things that I wasn't called to do, and ended up not putting my all into it. When you don't put your all into something, it usually happens, you'll fall off. What got you there, usually people stop doing what got them there, and that's exactly what I did and fell off. But it came to a point where my son was born and really changed my life because I had to look in the mirror at myself and ask myself, do I want him to follow in my footsteps? So as a mother, anybody, any type of leader, you got to tell somebody you don't want somebody following your footsteps. That's telling you that you're leading the wrong path. And so I wanted to change my life, honestly. I started saying rehab, and the word rehab came from a sports background because when you're hurt, you put strength back into a weakness, and that's what rehab is all about. And if we're honest out there, everybody has something they can rehab. We all have a struggle. We all have something we can better. And that's what I want to push people to do, is better that every single day, because as long as you're taking steps forward every single day, you'll never be the same. But a lot of times it's one step forward, 3 steps back, and we wonder why we can't change. And that's what started happening. I just started getting online, sharing these videos, the 2-minute videos that a lot of people might see. And that was for me at first. It was my healing. My pain, I gave my pain a voice, and it was my healing. And I just think it's so wonderful how God has used it to reach other people that's going through the same situations and struggles.
Well, that's how you connect, because that's something that everyone should know. The more honest you are with whatever it is that you do, it doesn't have to be speaking, but whatever it is that you do, the more honest and pure you are, the more open you are, that's what's going to connect to people. That's what's going to bring people. If you're a singer, when you're honest, just sing everything. When you're a writer, write as honest as you can be. Try to be as naked as can be, and that's what's going to draw people. So I wanted to ask you about one of my favorite videos of yours, which is Know Your Circle. You want to tell them a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, Know Your Circle. For me, from an honest point, it came from just playing that NFL life, that lifestyle. I mean, because when you're, I guess, at the pinnacle of that life, you get a lot of people around you. And a lot of times, there's a lot of people that aren't around you for you. It's more about what you can do for them.
And for singers and actors, it's the same thing.
They go through the same thing. And a lot of people, not just professional players, is when you're doing good in life, you're going to get a lot more friends. It just happens like that. And some people are genuine, some people are not. And so with Know Your Circle, I want to let people know that, because once I hit my rock bottom, those people that came around when I needed them, they weren't around.
Right.
I mean, they were blowing on my phone all the time, but when I reached out to them at my rock bottom, it's like, I don't want to do that. And they didn't support my change. They called me, corny, you don't want to do that, oh man, you're whack, all those things. Why are you trying to live that way? They didn't understand that. And so I wanted to inspire people to not to lose friendships. Even a lot of people from those videos, friendships end, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to basically say, hey, I might have to love this person from a distance, because sometimes you do. And with Know Your Circle, that's what it's all about. It's about checking out your team, making sure the people that are around you are really for you, and also it's making sure you're that person. You know, make sure you're not the person that is the bad apple in the group. And it's also about building a strong team. Because a lot of people say that there's strength in numbers. I disagree. It's strength in loyalty. You can have a small circle and make a big impact.
Right. It's just like anything in the world. Like, you're making such a big impact, and I know you have a team now, but I know you didn't start off with a big team.
Even now, a lot of people, it's small. It's like a triangle.
Right. But I know you didn't start off. I know you started off. It was you, because it was you and God.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Sometimes that's the only team you need.
Yeah, all the time. That's all you need, because He'll bring everybody else. It's not that you don't need people, because we do need people.
Exactly.
But God is the one.
He brings the right people.
He brings the right people at the right time for the right reasons.
That's right.
And we could do all the things that it's supposed to do. Now, you was talking about your music, and you were saying that you have some stuff coming out.
Yes.
Before we get to the music, why don't you tell them about your books? Because I have one of your books that I love, and you keep telling them about it.
Yes, we have 4 books. Me and my partner Baylor, Barbie, he's my co-author, and he's one of the people that he played college football with me. And when we made this change, he was one of the first people that say, you know what, I'm with you. Let's do this, man. Let's make a big impact. So the books that we have, the first one that we wrote was Breaking Your Own Heart. The second, I talk about that. Breaking your own heart is just basically taking responsibility in anything in life, not just relationships, but a lot of times we break our own hearts in a lot of things we do. So it's about saying, hey, it's my fault. And sometimes it might not be, but as long as you take that responsibility, you take the power out of that situation's hands and gives you something to change. The second book was You're Perfect for the Heart That's Meant to Love You. And basically just telling people to embrace your flaws. Like, we might not be perfect, but for the people that's supposed to love us, that's supposed to be in our lives, they're gonna embrace you for who you are. They're not gonna try to change you all the time. Maybe change you for the better, but they're not gonna criticize you as a person. Next is See My Heart, Not My Past, and that's like my favorite. I mean, that's the staple of rehab time, because, you know, that's showing people that, yeah, I do have a past. I came from somewhere. We all have pasts. If you're looking at this, I don't have a past. We all have pasts. And just basically, exactly, and seeing your heart. And that whole saying is a symbol of daily growth. You know, I have this shirt and I wear it sometimes, and it's funny because I get 2 reactions. I get the person that like looks at me and is like, you know, gives me the smile, like I identified that, and I get the person that looks at me like, what did you do in your past, you know? and it's so funny, but it's about daily growth, a symbol of daily growth. It's about making your todays better than yesterday's and having faith that your tomorrows will be better than your todays.
Right.
So it's a 30-step process, day in, day out. And then the last book that we just wrote was Know Your Circle.
Right. Oh, okay. Now I don't have that one, so I'm gonna.
Know Your Circle?
Yeah.
Think you might like it.
So I can buy it.
It's actually just on ebook right now.
Okay. All right. So we'll get it that way. But I'm gonna have all the information up and everything like that.
That's cool.
Anything that you want to say to my viewers, like to anyone who's starting out in anything, because my viewers are more than just singers and athletes and stuff like that. Although that's my core, Right. But people need to grow no matter what.
Right.
And my personal opinion is, I feel that if you're a garbage man, you need to be the best garbage man you could be. You need to say, one day I'm gonna own a truck.
Exactly.
Like whatever it is. So it doesn't matter.
Be expert at what you do.
Yeah.
To anybody out there watching, just look at us as possibility. I don't know where you're at. I don't know if you might be looking. I used to do that. I used to look at TV and things like that and be like, man, I can never be like that. But understand, everybody came from somewhere. You might see an overnight success, but understand it took years to build. I like to talk about this thing called championship mindset, which is being committed, staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you set in is left, having discipline, being consistent, having faith, and having heart, and be honest with yourself. As Natalie said earlier, you have to be honest with yourself, because if you're lying to yourself, you're never going to grow. Don't let the perception fool you, whether it's a good perception of you or a bad perception of you. Try to stay in your reality. I think a lot of times we get caught up in the hype, get caught up in the perception. I've been there before. And you got to stay in your reality. And also never let people place their impossibilities on your life. So understand that a lot of people are going to tell you what you can't do and what you can't be. Don't believe that. Have that dream, have that vision in your heart, and stick to that, because a lot of people don't understand your vision.
Right.
And God doesn't give everybody your vision, so everybody's not going to be able to see it. So when people laugh at you, when people say, "Oh, you're crazy," I heard those same exact things. When I said I wanted to travel across the world to speak, people looked at me, "You don't look like a speaker." Right. But I knew God put that vision and that purpose in my heart, and I stuck to it. So never let people plant those impossibilities. Remember, what God said you can do, can no man take away. So stay focused on that.
Yeah, and God is everything.
That's right.
He's people could tell you whatever, but you have a relationship with God that nobody else does.
Exactly.
And so even your family could say, you know, whatever, but you have the relationship, and God is the one talking to you. And if you don't have that relationship, get that relationship, or else you're going to be in trouble.
That's right. Your relationship is your relationship with him.
Yeah, you have to have a relationship with God in order to do anything. And well, you could succeed, but it's not real success.
Exactly.
It won't last.
Temporary.
So it's temporary. So you really want the stuff that's going to last and that's going to be something good. So make sure you get that good stuff, you know, go to God, because he's the source and he will fulfill you with everything. This is a dream for me. You're the first person that I interviewed that I never met before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I interviewed a lot of people, but I knew them.
You're good at what you do.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
And I've done a lot of interviews, so you're good at what you do.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No
Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. But anyway, believe me, no matter what it is, if God said it, he's going to do it, even when you don't expect it. Even when, hey, and another thing, he always talks about this. It's right when you're getting ready to give up. Oh, yeah. God is going to come through. Don't give up. Because I'll confess to you, wasn't too many days ago that I was like, forget this show. It is too much. I'm going to focus on my poetry. It's like too much. And then I saw that she was coming to New York, and I said, and then I reached out once and nobody got back to me, and then I reached out again and they did, and I was like, okay, see, that's God. He's saying no, it's okay, go ahead.
Outside your comfort zone is where a lot of things that you want to exist. You know, a lot of people want to stay comfortable, and you know, even being here, people always say, you know, do you get comfortable speaking? It's always a nervous feeling. I mean, I wouldn't say nervous a good way. But you know, a lot of people just want to stay comfortable. Outside your comfort zone is where your dreams, where everything you want to do rests. So get out of there. And like she said, I mean, the day you could quit, the day you stop running could be the day you reach those finish lines in life. So never give up and throw in the towel.
No, don't. As I'll tell a quick little story. I shouldn't be telling my stories during this, but about giving up. I was online at a public place, and it was 2 lines, and the person next to me was next to go on. I had like 4 back, and we had been there a long time. And the person was up at the counter, and the next person was there. So the guy just got offline, and as he got offline, the person at the counter was finished. So he had a chance to go, but he had just walked off. I mean, she started walking right behind him, just like that, split second. If he had just stayed another 5 seconds, he would have been next. But he left, and I don't know if he ever came back, but he left, and it was right then. It was right at that second. So that always taught me, like, okay, just try to hang in there a little bit longer. So do that. Thank you so much.
Problem.
I'm gonna keep you here all day because I could talk.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, but I so appreciate it, and I'm sure that everyone's gonna really, really enjoy this, and I'm just so excited. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Yes,
I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
You're here with Trent Shelton. I thank him so much. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.